On Wednesday, August 27th, I embarked on a 13-hour road trip from Chicago to Atlanta, Georgia for DragonCon 2025. In the days leading up to that, I was packing 7 elaborate cosplays for all 5 days of the show. DragonCon 2025 marked my 3rd time returning to Atlanta because I also attended MomoCon 2024, and my first ever DragonCon was a few months after that. Unfortunately, my YouTube channel wasn't much of anything at the time, so while I did make plenty of shorts style videos at those shows, I didn't bother making any sort of vlog. So this year I decided to change that by documenting as much of my DragonCon experience as possible. For those who don't know much about DragonCon, let me start off by saying that calling it a con almost feels reductive. Like, it's almost a disservice to simply describe it as a convention. It's really more like a citywide takeover, whereas a more typical convention like MomoCon will take place in a single convention center or other large building. DragonCon fully takes over the Atlanta Marriott Marquis, the Hyatt Regency Atlanta, the Westin Peachtree Plaza, the Cortland Grand Hotel, the Hilton Atlanta Downtown, and the America's Mart Atlanta Buildings 2 and 3. There's also an entire parade, after hours Georgia Aquarium takeover, and DragonCon parties happening across the city. This year the show reported 75,000 attendees. I work in the convention scene, usually as an artist, and I've been to dozens of different conventions across the United States for nearly a decade, and I can tell you there is no other show out there like DragonCon. For DragonCon 2024 last year, I challenged myself to do 1 cosplay each day, and I successfully managed to cosplay Miuruma, Kokichi Oma, and Junko Enoshima from the Danganronpa series, as well as Mangle and Circus Baby from Five Nights at Freddy's. This year, after realizing the aquarium event offered a rather amusing opportunity, I decided to increase my challenge to 7 cosplays. So let's see how my DragonCon 2025 journey went down. We're on the road to DragonCon. It's 5 a.m. I've been up since 4 a.m. It is like pitch black out here. I'm picking up my friend Andrew so that we can be on our way. So Andrew is a friend of mine who I met back when we were taking comic art classes about 10 years ago. When we first started working at conventions as artists, we helped each other out a lot, and over the years we just started going to conventions together regardless of whether or not we were working or just attending for fun. We both went to MomoCon and DragonCon last year, so this was our 3rd time doing the Atlanta convention adventure together. Look at this. 722 miles and 12 hours. To travel from Chicago to Atlanta, we had to drive about an hour to get out of Illinois, then 5 hours across the entirety of Indiana, followed by 6 or 7 hours to pass through Kentucky, Tennessee, and the upper third of Georgia. You hype? I can delete any footage you don't want to be in. I'm just messing around. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
First pit stop, Indiana. Yo, donut sounds really good right now. We need coffee so bad. It's very Indiana, isn't it? This is going to like be a lifesaver. We're just learning that they haven't had $5 footlongs at Subway since 2014. TIL. And a quick pit stop at a Starbucks in Indiana. We've been driving for over 5 hours and yet we're still in Indiana. But yeah, we're going to be reaching Kentucky pretty soon. But close to halfway through the drive now. Got myself one of those bacon Gouda egg sandwiches. Our coffee. Basic biatch, pumpkin spice something or other. What was this again? A cold brew something? I don't know. What's mine say? Mine say, oh, pumpkin season.
Oh.
It took me a second. It just says PKNSZN, and I thought it was like PK Fire. How many miles do we have left? 328 miles to go. A little under 7 hours. We have 6 hours and 50 minutes to go. So not quite halfway yet, but We're close to Kentucky. Yeah, you can tell we've entered Kentucky when scenery gets so pretty if you ignore my filthy, disgusting windows. Sorry, sometimes my cheap mic goes in and out for whatever reason. Just bear with me, I'm new at this. Bowling Green, Kentucky now. Making another quick pit stop. Feels so good to be standing. This place is freaking huge. What kind of gas station is this? Like a grocery store disguised as a gas station. C4.
C4.
C4 energy time.
It's like Ghost, but C4.
It's Ghost, but C4. Man, watermelon Jolly Rancher, I'm so excited. Can confirm, is delicious. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Yeah.
I'm here in Tennessee. See the mountains starting out there.
It's getting there.
Yeah. We have less than 3 hours to go though. Final stretch. Let's go in Tennessee, I think. Final pit stop. Candy. Caffeine. I've got like an hour and a half or something left to go. So we're just like, Yeah, I think we're still in Tennessee, but we're like right about to get into Georgia.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. We made it. Yeah, we're at the Omni Hotel. You can see the Ferris wheel out there. We actually made it here in like record time. This is our third time doing this drive and we made it in like 13 hours. So excited to like go get some like actual food and drink. Room, it's super nice. Heck yeah. First time back here in a whole year. This is as neat and tidy as it's gonna look until I take all that out of the cart, and then it's going to be a disaster. All the wigs and stuff. Yeah, this is the extent of the unpacking for the moment. We're gonna go get some food and drink and chill a bit, and then I'm gonna find out how damaged everything is. I fear my wigs may be in a terrible state. Andrew and I stayed at the Omni Atlanta Hotel for DragonCon last year as well, and it's an intentional choice on our part not to try and stay in the main host hotels for the show. It's simply too chaotic. I've heard you even have to pay extra in those hotels just to stay in a room high enough that the noise won't reach you all night, every night during the show. Someone correct me if I'm wrong about that. That's just what I heard. So even if we have to walk about 10 minutes from the Omni to DragonCon, we just like being able to escape the insanity whenever we want to. Just kind of exploring the Omni really quick. The exact same hotel we stayed at for DragonCon last year, so this is very nostalgic. Right over there is where I filmed some of my content at DragonCon last year. Down there too. Yeah, I recognize these spots from like, I did like Miwaruma and Junko videos and stuff. There's the Ferris wheel. Yeah, look how pretty it looks now with the sun going down. Oh yeah, here's the Congress Center. If I'm remembering correctly, I think that's where MomoCon took place. Whereas DragonCon is much more complicated. We're just toasting. We made it. Oh, we finally have food. This is our first actual meal of the day. I've got these chicken tinga quesadillas here. We got smash burger over there. Look at these fascinating fries. Quesadilla looks deep fried. They look terrible for you, and I'm so down. It's like 8:30 and we're finally having an actual meal. We're just exploring at night before all the crazy happens. We think we ended up in the back rooms for a while there, but I didn't film it. I was worried something bad would happen if I recorded the footage, and then like we'd find it in the morning, it would just be like static. We're gonna try to find the back rooms again tomorrow. As it turns out, the back rooms was actually the atrium at the Omni, and in daylight it's a lovely area that I actually used to film some of my Roxanne Wolf videos, as you'll see later. But at night, it was one of the spookiest places I've ever seen. All the lights were out, and it was mostly empty, except for this one guy who was walking in endless circles on his phone, as well as this one woman who was standing frozen on a balcony, staring down at us. In our sleep-deprived state, we were convinced we'd found ourselves in the oldest house, and these people were like NPCs, so we fled before it could get any weirder. I wonder where they're going. I feel like anytime we're like, where's that person going, they're wondering where we're going, right?
Just like Kenyatta.
Not yet. Give me a day or two. Why are there people outside the Waffle House? What are they doing? Can you get things at Waffle House at this hour? It's like midnight. Apparently it's a 24-hour Waffle House with a window you can walk up to if you want to order after hours. We should go look. What are they doing at the Waffle House? I want to get stabbed. I want to get stabbed. Yo, here's Centennial Park. Let's get stabbed and then go to Centennial Park. You, like, literally could not pay me to cross that bridge. That's some Final Destination-esque right there. And with that, we went to bed so we could finally begin the first day of DragonCon.
Thursday morning, weather seems nice. Cloudy, but nice. Happy to say that it seems like all the wigs and masks actually survived this experience. Heck yeah, breakfast buffet. Actual food. Check out this Ghost Pokemon shirt.
Our goals for the day were to get our badges and then start getting ready for the day one evening festivities. The thing is, Thursday at DragonCon is more like a kickoff day. While some stuff is already open, like the gaming areas and some meetups and events are happening, the vendor and artist alleys are still closed, and there aren't any panels happening yet. Instead, Thursday is best known for its after-hours adult activities, most infamously the Playboy Bunny themed Bunny Hutch party. Everyone's encouraged to wear cosplays that are altered to either fit the Playboy Bunny theme or to just, at least bring out their best rave and party gear. Last year, I took Muaruma to the party, but this year I decided to bring Boosette. On top of that, we wanted to watch the DragonCon wrestling tournament. So yeah, the battle plan was eat, get badges, get my Boosette cosplay on, and then go party.
And Centennial Park in the daylight. First day of DragonCon, and it's a beautiful day. Yep, not even noon on day one, and already it's popping over here because this is where you get the badges. Got our DragonCon badges. Look how pretty these are. It took us an hour, though, to get the badges. The line was unbelievable out there, and we have heard it's apparently 2.5 hours now to get the badges. Yeah, it was chaos trying to get these badges. Thousands of people were trying to line up without anyone being entirely sure where the end of the line even was. It was looping around several buildings and even across busy roads. I also got the program books, so we're like hanging out in the hotel bar so that we can spend some time just looking through all this stuff. And with that, it was time to shower and get boozetted. Didn't bother taking any get ready with me footage, just like 1 second I was myself and now I'm Boosette. Should I have filmed some of the makeup? Anywho. I don't know if I did a very good job with the makeup, but the point is we have a Boosette with the Bunny Hutch ears. I guess now DragonCon can officially begin. Outdoor Boosette. A strange sight indeed. I got quesadillas again because they're super easy to eat when you're in cosplay. But yes, I did have to take out the Boosette fangs in order to eat dinner. And now that we'd been fed, it was off to the DragonCon wrestling tournament at the Hyatt. It's a 2.5-hour event in which independent wrestlers from all over the United States come to show off their skills. It's got years of lore behind it that I'm not fully caught up on, even though I did go to the wrestling tournament last year. But I just love watching performers do what they do best.
perform. Also, someone handed me a handmade bunny balloon before we walked in, so I had myself a little companion throughout the show.
I feel like I need to name this bunny. You come up with a name for him. He's gonna be with us the whole time here. Just Rabbit. This is my rabbit named Rabbit.
After that, we went over to the Marriott to get in line for the Bunny Hutch party. Fortunately, the line was way too long, so we decided to go grab some pre-game drinks and do some people watching while waiting for the line to just, you know, ease up a little.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow, look at that. That is
Oh my goodness.
What's under that roof?
Look at the size of this thing. Apparently these are called voodoo buckets. There's some people around here who are already like so trashed. It's like crazy. Well, it's like a fine line between like trashed and trashy. Is it trashy that we're drinking these after they came out of like a Home Depot? Like, what do you even call those? It's like not a bucket, like
A water.
like a water tank.
Water. Water cooler.
Water cooler, yeah. We've been making jokes though that this is me doing booze at get it. So funny.
I don't get it.
He doesn't get it. We're also making jokes about the fact that I could not cheer for anyone during wrestling because all that comes out of me is a boo. If I booed and anyone doesn't like it, I can just say, hey, look, I'm a ghost.
All I do is boo.
All I do is boo. Every day I wake up and I just immediately boo.
Thankfully, after an hour or two of just hanging around, the line to get into Bunny Hutch was actually super short. So it was finally time to party. Apologies though for the copyright-free music I put over this footage. Just, you know, didn't want this video to get any strikes. We also made it in time to see all the Bunny Hutch costume contest winners, which was really exciting because we accidentally missed that part last year. Although I think my favorite costume of the night has to go to the rave party Cousin It and Uncle Fester that I saw. The Cousin It had like LED lights strung through its hair, and the Uncle Fester had a flashing rave light bulb in his mouth. Loved it. 10 out of 10.
It's 1 a.m. There's still so many people walking around out here in like funny costumes and stuff. It's crazy.
It has a name now. Its name is Baloney because it's a balloon.
Bunny Loney.
Yeah, it's a balloon and a bunny and it's pink, so it's baloney. And if that sounds like a stupid joke, it's after 1:30 a.m. and we were like at Bunny Hutch for like well over an hour, so we're a little like fried right now. Yes, that's right. I had that bunny balloon with me the whole time I was at the Bunny Hutch party. I really need to get this cosplay off. I feel bad that I did not film any proper content, but I look too much like a mess. And with that, it was time for day 2. Friday. Mangle day, mangle day. We were like in bed by like 2 a.m. and it's now 8 a.m. I feel a lot better after coffee, that's for sure. Oh yeah. Nice to have something that's not a chicken quesadilla. And then it was time to get my Mangle cosplay on. Mangle was the only cosplay I brought to DragonCon 2025, who was also at DragonCon 2024. And to be honest, I almost didn't bring her just because I already had so many cosplays coming with me. But Mangle's definitely my most popular cosplay, so I just couldn't leave her behind. While I was getting ready though, I thought it would be amusing to put on the Game Grumps Let's Play of America's Next Top Model, which did create a lot of unintentional comedic moments.
Dude, who created this game? You're killing me!
Got a bunch of mood animations and then just looped all of them.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Lord have mercy on our souls! Dead grass. Excellent.
Yeah, I guess who else would be judging your fitness?
Yeah. Girl, wear pants!
Who's not wearing pants?
I have a full Mangle ready for day 2. I had to think about that. You know, check it out. Angie's cosplaying too.
I am.
You want to tell them what you're cosplaying?
Kyle Katarn.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's an old Star Wars character.
I bet some people watching my vlog will know what that is.
Yeah, maybe. I made a lightsaber.
Hell yeah, dog.
3D printed and then aluminum tape on top.
Hell yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
It looks really real too.
It looks nice.
Yeah. Like that's some like movie prop stuff right there.
Yeah, wow, I don't know about that.
Don't sell yourself short. How crazy this is. Look, it's the elusive sunshine Mangle. You almost never see it. The endo head gets to come out of the basement for once in his life and actually enjoy the world outside. Isn't that lovely? We're just chilling in Centennial Park for a second. As always, I got the endo head wearing the badge instead of me. And yes, I do feel silly looking like this out in a public park, but what are you gonna do? It's DragonCon. I was just taking a quick paddle balling break as Mangle. It's part of my tradition, right? I gotta do it at every show. And what better place to do it than out here in the sunlight? It's so beautiful today. We've had such good luck with the weather. Why was I so much better at it just now? I was like struggling a moment ago with the paddle ball and that's like it all came back to me. Yeah, I went on autopilot. Look at Endo Head just like hanging out here, just enjoying the park bench experience. He's having his enrichment day. After getting some videos in the park, we decided to head over to America's Mart Building 2. The first 3 floors are the vendor hall, and the 4th floor is the comic and pop artist alley, which actually isn't the only artist alley at the show, but it was the one we decided to check out first on Friday. But here's the thing you need to know about DragonCon. Unlike other shows, you will be waiting in lines. A lot. And often outside in the Georgia summer heat. We got lucky with the weather this year that it wasn't that hot, but that's not the norm. Waiting in lines for a really long time, it's kind of just part of the DragonCon experience. By the time we got to America's Mart, the line was wrapped around the entire building, and it took about an hour and a half to get inside. But I actually don't mind waiting in lines at DragonCon. It's when you get to do all the best cosplay and people watching. We made it into the vendor area, and I have put down the endo head temporarily. Let's pause here for a moment and address the elephant in the room. What the heck happened to my makeup? Well, as embarrassed as I am by my appearance at the show on Friday, I want this to be a teachable moment. I made the mistake of bringing a new set of makeup brushes with me for the show. And when you buy new brushes, one of the first things you should do is soak them. New brushes usually arrive with like chemicals and preservative and all kinds of stuff in them that you need to get rid of to properly break them in. To be honest, I actually did know that, but in the chaos of all the packing, I just forgot to do it. The result was that I was painting my face with brushes coated in all kinds of weird crap. I tried to salvage the makeup when I realized there was a problem putting it on, but by that point I was too far into the process and I would have had to start over, and I honestly just wasn't willing to sacrifice even more of the day. So as much as it pained me, I went out with bad makeup on and just hoped that the crackling effect would at least work okay for Mangle. I did not make this mistake again, so I promise after Mangle, my makeup will look much better with my other cosplays.
I am attempting to fish vodka-infused gummy bears or gummy worms out of a drink down here. This is so trashy, I should have saved it for Spamton. Bro. Can I even eat this with these teeth?
Was that the bite of 87?
Possibly not.
My cup of tea. This is literally the trashiest thing I've ever done.
And that's saying something.
With a baby bird. Now I gotta put the cheeks back in. They taste really good.
We didn't really buy anything in the vendor hall or the artist alley because it was only our first walkthrough, and we see it as more of a scouting mission, so we'll know what we want to buy later. Plus, I just didn't want to clog up the narrow walkways with my silly hoop skirt.
We're just taking a quick hydration break. But these weird elevators keep going past us that look like jellyfish. Oh, look at these things. Aren't they cool?
Like perfect timing because it stopped.
Yeah. Oh, wait, there's two of them. I'm obsessed with these elevators. I think they're meant to look like jellyfish. I think it's actually on purpose. It's so pretty. We've been getting so much swag today. Look at this. I got yellow rubber ducky, green rubber ducky, red Godzilla, pink Godzilla, and then all these like magic stones. One of them is apparently a mimic. So cute. I also had someone give me this hand-drawn like Freddy Fazbear clip. I put it on my badge.
After looking over all the cute stuff people had handed Mangle that day, I decided to film some content since America's Mart Building 3 tends to be the least occupied. I get super flustered and embarrassed trying to film when there's people around, and I also don't like to bother anyone, so I try not to film in populated areas at cons. That being said, I've gotten so many requests in the past to show how I film my shorts videos, and I never have before, so I tried my best to capture some of that during Dragon Con.
Are you feeling the horrible process of me trying to set up here?
Yes, that's me getting so embarrassed about filming in public, I hid behind a pillar. I'm a very sorry excuse for a killer robot. And this is also why I want to point out that I often get comments from people saying like, hey, I saw you at such and such show, but I was too afraid to come up to you to say hi or ask for a photo. If you ever see me at a show in the future and have that feeling again, I want you to remember that moment there of me hiding behind a pillar. Trust me, I am not scary. If anything, I am probably so much shyer than you are, And honestly, I love when people come say hi to me at shows. I love taking pics with people, so never be afraid to come say hi. My cosplays might look scary. I am not scary. Anyway, this is what it looks like when I'm making my shorts. I don't know for sure if these clips are exactly the same as the final take I went with, but even if this isn't a perfect one-to-one comparison, it should be close enough. And be sure to check the links in the description of the video if you want to find these shorts videos with the actual sound. I can't include that kind of thing in this video, you know, just due to copyright. And Mangle Day is done. Back in the hotel, we are gonna get all this off and go get some food. We have not had like anything to eat all day, so taking off the Mangle cosplay has to be one of the most satisfying things ever. Like, I love this cosplay, but oh man, I don't know how much I sweated off the makeup. Ew.
Filming the D-drag, yeah.
Oh my god.
It's kind of messy.
That's nightmare fuel. And with the cosplay off, we decided to get dinner at a barbecue place called Twin Smokers. We went there last year during Dragon Con and liked their food so much, we made it a point to return.
We got brisket and mac and cheese. So good. Andrews has chicken.
Good.
Yeah? Heck yeah, I'm about to take my first bite. It looks amazing.
Then we went back to the hotel to have some drinks out on the balcony and enjoy the nice weather for the evening.
End of day 2, right? Mangle Day is done. Let's get up super early for Roxy. I don't have the mic connected, so I don't know how good it's gonna sound, but look at this big cosplay. Oh man, that looks so good. Yes.
And thus, day 2 was over, and it was time for day 3, which was going to be the busiest day of the show for me by far. The plan was to do my Roxanne Wolf cosplay in the morning for the Dragon Con parade, then check out the art show, and then return to the hotel so I could switch to my Undyne cosplay for the Dragon Con Aquarium event in the evening. The Dragon Con parade was going to begin its march at 10 a.m. So in order to have Roxy on in time, I was up bright and early at 6 a.m. to do my makeup. Heading off to the parade for day 3. I had to think about it. Day 3 of DragCon. Huzzah! Roxanne Wolf Day. Since I was able to get the cosplay on quicker than expected, we decided to film some content in Centennial Park on the way to the parade. Look, it's Roxy in the park outdoors. My lights show up out here. Let's see. Yeah, the purple ones are a little harder to see outside, I think.
I can see him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe they just don't show up on camera that well. It's so cute seeing Roxy in the park. After grabbing a few videos, we headed out to go find a decent spot to watch the parade. The Dragon Con parade is huge, and it takes an hour for it to pass through an area, and with all the crowds, it can be really hard to see if you don't get there early enough. So Andrew's doing his Fallout cosplay today, and this thing apparently can play actual FM radio on the Pip-Boy. Can you hear it? I wonder if my mic is able to pick it up.
Probably.
Here's our spot at the parade. We showed up early to get ourselves a good view. My lights are still on.
I guess it hasn't been 30 minutes yet, so impressive. Huzzah!
I don't want to show too much of the parade since I know that kind of footage can be kind of boring for someone who's not actually in attendance. But there was a ton of cool cosplays and just overall showcases, so here's a couple minutes of highlights for you.
Lots on the segue, I just realized.
Yeah. Pretty great. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I've got to give a quick shout out to the kid you can hear screaming in some of these shots. They were cosplaying Cassie from Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin, and they ran up to me in my Roxy cosplay with a handmade AR Roxy talkie and had me sign it, and it was like the cutest thing ever and totally made my day. I hope running into a Roxy cosplayer made Cassie's day too.
Oh my god, the Mewtwo. The Mewtwo. Oh my god. Why is it shooting at us?
You don't know the story of it?
I don't know.
Goodness. You can always count on them.
And I love the Dragon Con parade. It feels like a big celebration of fandom and nerd culture across all ages and genres, and we love to see it. And with the parade over, we decided to go check out the art show, which is actually different from the comic and pop artist alley over in the vendor building. The art show is located in the Hyatt Regency, and unlike the comic and pop artist alley, which is more like your typical convention artist alley, the art show is for more traditional and fine art oriented artists. It also has an area specifically for anime art, as well as a huge art auction going on. I finally broke the seal on purchasing things at the art show. What I'm about to show you isn't everything I got because I returned to the art show on a later day, but at least on Saturday, I got this fantastic sparkly jack-o'-lantern pin, as well as this amazing spooky cat and pumpkin art print from the incredibly talented Joanna Barnum. I will make sure that the proper credits are on the screen here. Joanna was super nice. Andrew bought some art from them too, including a huge watercolor original. So yeah, love your work, Joanna. I also stopped at the table of Erica Williams, aka Hookie Duke. I really hope I'm saying that right. And even though I fully intended to buy some art, Hookie Duke loved my Roxanne Wolf cosplay so much, they gave me an envelope with these two gorgeous art prints in it for free. I could not believe it. I tried, of course, to insist that I would pay for them, but Hookie Duke equally insisted that they just really loved my cosplay and just wanted me to have a gift for all the work I'd put into it. It was seriously such a sweet gesture. I just couldn't believe it. Of course, I wasn't going to leave without also buying some art, so I went ahead and got these two absolutely beautiful gilded art prints. I cannot wait to put these up. So after the art show, we returned to the hotel. It's so hot out. Ugh. It's the first chance to even check my makeup at all. My ears are like so crooked. I wanted to revisit that creepy atrium during daylight because it seemed like a great spot to film some Roxanne Wolf videos. Unfortunately, the atrium might be cursed after all because I wasted several minutes trying to untangle my wig from my backpack. Came here to the terrace to look for somewhere to film content. Thought I'd be embarrassed being a cosplay of this part of the hotel. And then I see that apparently I'm not the only person here who's at Dragon Con. So here's another side-by-side view of what it looks like when I'm filming content versus the end result.
Embarrassing.
I also wanted to mention that the reason why the images look like they're mirrored is because the front-facing camera is always inverted. This sometimes makes it look like things like, for example, Mangle's missing eye are on the wrong side in my cosplay, and that's just not true. It's just because of the front-facing camera. Return to the room so that we can like change and stuff before we go to the aquarium. So for the first time ever, I'm going to attempt to do 2 whole different cosplays in one day. I've never tried this before. I'm going to strip off this entire cosplay and then put on my entire Undyne cosplay before the aquarium. This ought to be interesting. God. Ugh. Unfortunately, since I was in a bit of a rush, I didn't film any of the makeup process for Undyne. I just took a break to eat a bag of jalapeno potato chips. Got the Undyne cosplay on in about 2 hours, and then we were off. Second cosplay of the day. On the way to the aquarium. Yes. So excited. Been dying to go to the Georgia Aquarium Yeah, like even without the cosplay, I wanted to go to the aquarium, so it all works out. We didn't go to the Dragon Con Night at the Aquarium event the previous year because, to be honest, we just didn't know about it. We were still new to Dragon Con and just hadn't learned about that stuff. In fact, I didn't even find out about the event this year until maybe like 3 weeks or so before the show. But as soon as I saw that there were still tickets available, I knew immediately that I had to change up my original cosplay schedule and bring Undyne to see some fish. Oh, Georgia Aquarium. I'm so excited. As we walked in, they gave us all these super cute Dragon Con aquarium pins, which I immediately put on my Ita bag. The jellies! The jellies! That was my best Jenny Nicholson impersonation. Jesus, it's huge in here. They didn't have the big Dragon Con thing up there. Wow. They said it was like a takeover. I'm like, I guess so. We've been here for like 30 seconds and we're already learning so many things. So interesting. God, they weren't kidding when they called us a takeover.
Everywhere we go inside the aquarium is like Dragon Con, Dragon Con. That's so cool. Oh my god, there's fish. There's fish. Are y'all seeing this? Our first fish. There's sharks. There's sharks. Oh my god.
This event might have been the thing I was most excited about. So, needless to say, I was instantly hyped in that stupidly over-caffeinated way that I'm known for.
Look at this little dude. Look at this guy. Look at him. I love him immediately. I love all of you. You can't hear me, but I love you. Look at this guy. I love him. I love you. I love you. I think I found my through line for this video. It's just that I look at every fish and I go, I love it. I love all the fish. Y'all are gonna get tired of hearing me say it, but every fish needs to know how deeply I love it. Ah! Ah! I love you, Nandi. I'm gonna find you. I know you're in here somewhere. Oh my god.
Voyager. There are two ways to get through this tunnel here today. You can either stand in line for the moving sidewalk, or you can go ahead and make your way.
Shark, I love you. Huh? There's a school of fish. Oh my god. I'm freaking out. This is the best thing ever. Best day ever. Oh my goodness gracious, Lord Almighty. I love these fish. Look at how colorful. I love them. I love this fish. He's so big. I love you, Stingray. Whoa. It's like a parade of them here. Bro. Bro? What? How does it know? What is this sorcery? Look at this, it's so cool. It's amazing. Look at this. This is an area where I cannot film anything, which is very fair. They're very sensitive animals beyond here, but just know before I go in there that I love all of them.
Bottom right.
Turtle. Dude, look at them. They're so beautiful. I love you, fish. I love all of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Andrew and I could have stayed in that room staring at those fish for hours if we hadn't been in a hurry to see everything, since it was, our first time at the aquarium. We were like utterly hypnotized.
Oh, it's so good. The ocean is the best. Obsessed with this guy. Obsessed. Could not love him more if I tried. Look at his face. I love these fish. Look at this guy. I love you. I love you all so much. What is that? Whoa. That's an alien. What the?
Says the one with the teeth.
Yeah, really.
Damn, I just got roasted, y'all.
This is like what happens when like angel hair pasta gains sentience. They are just like
600 feet down.
600 feet down. Wow. Like they're just doing their thing. Yeah, just doing their thing.
To be fair, that's what we do.
Yeah.
We just doing our thing.
So true.
Jeez. I love you, fish. Listen, that anemone is chopping.
This purple one even.
Yeah, look how pretty. Flamboyant cuttlefish.
Queer cuttlefish.
These are cuttlefish that are living their best life. Eldritch horror pretending to be coral. This guy is judging me. I still love you though. Holy sharks. Look at the size of these things. They're huge. I love you, shark. I love you.
Look up! Why are you looking at the floor? The sharks are out there. The sharks aren't down there at the floor.
I'm sorry, I was just cracking up because his father was there with his two toddler-age daughters who were in like little princess costumes, and one of them was so fascinated by the floor instead of the sharks, which is just like such a little kid thing to do. I don't know, I couldn't stop laughing how exasperated her dad was.
There's one right there. Look, 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 princess. There they are.
I'm a Lando fan.
Jesus. So big.
Those sharks are just so incredible to see up close. Like, just so beautiful.
These fish are just having a party all to themselves. No one else is invited. None of us are cool enough to be in the party with these fish. That's their leader up there. Sea lions. Cute.
I was listening in on some people standing near us who seemed to be regulars at the aquarium, and from what I gathered, the really big one is named, I think, Diego, which is just fabulous.
You know what this is giving? Do you remember that level in Yoshi's Story?
No.
There's a level in Yoshi's Story that's just this, literally.
Just river water?
Yeah.
It's this one, the jungle level with the giant fish who can game over your Yoshi in a single swallow and traumatized thousands of children.
I love these fish. I love them all so much. All fish are beautiful.
Scales, huh?
Yeah. Hello. Nice to meet you.
He's got a mustache.
I love him. Amazing. 10 out of 10, no notes. I want these catfish to know I love them just the way they are. They don't have to catfish nobody. Turtle. That turtle is just chilling. Gerson. A bird. A bird. I love you, bird. You're not a fish, but I love you too. You're majestic and amazing. There's two birds.
Yeah.
I'm stupid, I didn't notice. Look at these gorgeous birds. Yeah, dinosaurs did not go extinct. Look at these guys. Hello. You're beautiful. Do you know how gorgeous you are? Yeah, he knows. He knows. He knows he's fabulous. Derpy fish. They're so cool. I love you, weird fish.
Big brains, not fat.
Big brains. These are the thinkers of the fish world. They're having deep thoughts. Wow. So metal. Wow. So weird. Cute. Hello. Hello, Flappy Bird. Penguins. It's their bedtime. They're all sleepy. Birds are so cool. Little beaks on these things. So big.
If I'd taken my Roxanne wolf cosplay with me to the aquarium, I would have taken one look at these guys and been like, all right, Monty, square up.
So cool. Look at this guy. Sticky fingers.
Oh, he's climbing. What about you? I mean, I had a couple times during the day where
Okay, so this touch pool was actually really neat. There was a shelf around the edge where the rays would be within touching distance if they were on it, but the rest of the pool is not within touching distance. In other words, the rays themselves get to decide if they want to be touched or not. And for a while, none of them were on the shelf, and I was just content to watch these cute pancakes swim around. But then one of them was just like, oh yes, I crave pets. And then they swam up to the shelf, and I'm not even exaggerating, they were going like person to person, swimming up to them seeking pets. And when they got to me, I actually wasn't gonna do it at first, just because of my gloves and sleeves. But the ray like literally paused in front of me and was waiting. And I couldn't bear the thought of disappointing them. So I just like hastily yanked my glove off and gave the ray a couple very gentle brushes with my fingers. It felt surprisingly sandy, like squishy rubber coated in sand. And it soaked the hell out of my sleeves, I'm gonna be honest with you, but it was totally worth it to boop the sea pancake. I don't think I could have lived with myself if I had disappointed that little creature. And with that, we sadly departed the aquarium, but not before getting some more swag. Someone gave me this super cute whale shark. Someone else gave me this adorable little manta ray. Super cute. I love them so much, and trust me, I will be returning to the aquarium next year.
Funny looking. It's so out of place. Aquarium journey is done. That was Undyne's first time out in 6 years. Undyne is technically my oldest cosplay, my first. And yeah, she has not been out since like 2019.
20.
Yeah, something like that. Like March or something of 2020. Yeah, she looked way different back then, so oh, so cool. I got to have Undyne like she returns. That's how I feel about it. It's the return of the Undyne cosplay.
Yeah, I get asked pretty often how long I've been cosplaying for and what my first cosplay is, and it's kind of complicated, but I think that's the most basic answer I can give. I started cosplaying strictly as a once a year Halloween challenge, and I consider Undyne the first serious Halloween cosplay I attempted. I also consider it the first time I cosplayed at a con, although it was only for like a few hours at C2E2 and it wasn't a particularly great attempt. After that, I didn't cosplay at a show for nearly 4 years until I took Junko Enoshima to Anime Central in 2023. So while I've been kinda cosplaying for 6 years starting with Undyne, I don't feel like I truly started cosplaying until about 2.5, maybe 3 years ago or so, when I finally started actually making videos. Regardless, bringing back Undyne after 6 years felt like a full circle moment, and for me at least it felt like a big deal. I'm really happy I did it, and I hope to take her to more shows in the future. But with Saturday done, we decided to grab some tacos and margaritas at Tin Lizzie's and chill out for the rest of the evening.
Fried fish taco, cream barbecue shrimp. Look at these beauties over here. Fajita, Southern Comfort. Oh man, these are gonna be delicious.
And with that, we went to bed, and it was time for day 4. Even though it was a bit pricey, we had no idea when we'd be able to get food again with our busy schedule, so we decided to take advantage of our hotel's breakfast buffet again.
One more time at least. What about second breakfast?
And at last, it was time to get Spamtoned. Unlike Boosette, who I wore at my Artist Alley table at C2E2 in March, and Mangle, Roxy, and Undyne, who'd all been to cons before in some capacity, I had never, ever taken my Spamton cosplay to a con, in part because I was worried about vision issues with the glasses. But since the new Deltarune chapters came out a few months ago, and I have Deltarune brain rot beyond any level I'm willing to admit to on camera, I decided it was time to give Spamton a test run at a show.
I wish I had more options. Like,
It's fine. It's right for you. Yeah, I know. It's alright, it's fine.
damn, I look good. Damn, don't I look good?
Andrew was being so shady with that. So if you're wondering if I could see, the answer is better than I thought I'd be able to. Yes, everything was a muddy pink and yellow blur, like I was wearing a really bad pair of 3D glasses, but compared to when I'm filming in a dark room with the glasses LEDs turned on, I could see pretty clearly. Which is why I decided to go down to the lower level of the Omni and film some content, which was extremely embarrassing because there was a football kickoff game going on and all the football fans were staring at me in a way that did not feel good. Yeah, it sucked. Yeah, it sucked a lot. I just powered through it to the best of my abilities. I wish I was someone who didn't care about that stuff and didn't get embarrassed and wasn't so shy and socially awkward and just didn't give an F what people think about them outside, but I'm not that person, so. And then we were off to the show. We wanted to go back to the vendor floors and the comic and pop artist alley to make actual purchases now that I actually had my hands free, unlike with Mangle. This time the wait in line was only a little over an hour, which really wasn't too bad. I also want to give a huge shout out to the Ralse cosplayer in line who gave me this actual revivement. This like made my whole freaking day.
That's so weird looking.
Between floors, I discovered that the various cocktail vendors were selling one that looked just like Queen's battery acid, and I simply couldn't resist the opportunity to look extra silly.
Battery acid 2.0.
I also couldn't resist the opportunity to hang out near trash cans. Yeah, Spamton knows his place. And I did end up buying some more art and merch. I got this adorable enamel pin of 2 sleeping sparkly crows. This is by Fairy Log Press. And then I got this awesome art print of Kokichi Oma from Danganronpa V3 by Alumins. Y'all know Kokichi's my best boy, so the second I saw this, I knew I had to have it. There's still more art I bought on Monday, but that was at least my Sunday haul. After that, I returned to the hotel to film a few regular Spamton pieces of content. Just checking it. I'm changing into the Neo cosplay, and I just noticed that from all the sweating I do when I wear those gloves, the ink is bleeding through and giving me like robot knuckles. Ew. My original plan was to redo all the gemstones on my cheeks to switch them from red to black, but I was just too tired. And it was already 7 p.m. So I just went ahead and put on the Neo costume. I always said I would never, ever take my Spamton NEO cosplay to a show because it's way too difficult and I can't see and the wings could be a hazard. But just this once, just one time, I just really wanted to show that I could wear this cosplay at a convention, even if it was just for an hour or two. I'm just like, well, there we go. It's yep, it's the Neo. This is gonna be super embarrassing. What am I gonna do it? I want to be more embarrassed about this experience, but I can't actually see anything, so all the people pointing and staring, I'm not aware of it, so that helps. Okay. You can even see it. I feel like I'm just like blocking the whole thing. Basically, my only goal was to get some content in a few locations and then bail as fast as possible. Just like a clip, you know. Hey, would you look at that? I actually got the exact same take here. You can actually see a perfect side-by-side comparison between me filming and the end result. But by the time I got to any of the main Dragon Con buildings, the cosplay was starting to feel way too overwhelming. The corset was super tight, and this was the first time I'd ever attempted walking around in it. I'd never taken it farther than maybe 1 or 2 rooms in my apartment. On top of that, I'd been wearing the mask so long already that day that it was starting to actually cut my face. I was also feeling way too embarrassed being in such a crazy cosplay after hours. I'm gonna be honest, the sports fans were really mean. Like, I know that's like a stereotype about jocks, and I hate to like perpetuate it because I know some jocks are super nice. I myself used to be an athlete. But yeah, they were really mean and constantly saying rude things to me and even catcalling me and shouting at me from cars, and it really sucked. So yeah, I wish I could say sports fans, please be better, but based on the kinds of people that these were, I don't think they'd care that I say that or feel this way. I just, did my best to power through it, but, I was kind of crashing out. Nonetheless, here's an interesting look at how I do transition videos. I get asked about transitions a lot, and honestly, I don't consider myself to be very good at them, but, maybe sometime I'll do a video about transitions. I mean, who knows, maybe even I'll end up learning a thing or two. think some people could tell that I was freaking out a bit because one person stopped to give me this cute little star, and another person gave me this wonderful little swag box, little container full of sitting cats. Those of you who do this kind of thing, who hand out like swag and stuff at shows, please never underestimate how much it can mean to a person. Those of you who gave me some swag or just stopped to tell me how much you like my Spamton NEO cosplay, those moments meant so much to me and were the only thing keeping me from having a public meltdown. So yeah, everyone who was really kind to that panicky Spamton NEO cosplayer on Sunday, thank you, truly. And just so you all know, I never throw out any swag or goodies that are given to my cosplays at conventions. I add them all to this little treasure chest, just like I'm doing right now. See, all the swag from Dragon Con. So yeah, I literally treasure all the little gifts that myself and my cosplays get at these shows. So yeah, I filmed as much as I could, but the batteries on those glasses just don't last long because of, you know, all the stuff I've done to them. They overheat really easily. So even with a backup battery, I was heading back to the hotel within 2 hours to finally get my Spamton cosplay off. Thank goodness. I'd been wearing Spamton in some capacity for over 12 hours, I think, at that point. And I was desperate for freedom. Just like Spamton. It was a huge struggle, though, scrubbing the cheeks off because the glue for the rhinestones basically sealed the paint to my face.
I can't go out like this, so I've almost got it. Ew, this sucks.
Once my face was clean, we went off to get food, but not much was open because it was already nearly 11 p.m. The first place we checked out ended up being more like a nightclub than a restaurant or a bar, and I just couldn't handle something like that after the day I'd had. So as much as we try to avoid redundancy during these trips, we returned to Tin Lizzie's again, since we knew they were not only open until midnight, but also extremely welcoming to Dragon Con attendees. And while there, I finally got the fried jalapenos I'd been craving, as well as some buffalo shrimp. And let me tell you, it was totally worth coming back. 10 out of 10, I need to get those fried jalapenos again next time I'm in Atlanta. So with Sunday done, there was only one day left of Dragon Con. I wanted it to be a much easier and a chiller day after I'd done 4 cosplays just over the weekend alone. So I decided to do my newest cosplay, which is the Dark World version of Noelle Holiday from Deltarune. Even if her makeup's a little challenging, the outfit is just nice and easy and breezy and would allow me to have a very relaxing final day.
Just for having a snack. I'm really enjoying this again. Yeah, right.
And yes, I did switch to Game Grump's new Deltarune Let's Play because, I mean, it just made sense.
When? Oops.
And now, final day of Dragon Con. I can't believe that this is it. That's so sad. Like, no. I want to be happy, like, but part of me is just like, oh no, it's over so soon. That's one of our final walks through Centennial Park. Dragon Con almost over, but we had perfect weather. Perfect weather every single day of the show. We got so lucky. The main goal for the day was to super quickly check out the vendor floors just one last time and then return to the art show for a final sweep. Oh, those buck teeth really stand out. And sure enough, I did splurge on a few final purchases. Over in the anime section at the art show, I got this super cute shiny ghost cat art print by Sanglam Art, whom I'd like to buy more from next year. And, you know, I would have bought more if I just hadn't already spent so much money. And then I had two bigger splurges for the show. First up is this gorgeous art print by Joanna Estep, who it turns out I actually bought a holographic angel dust illustration from at a previous show and just didn't realize it was even the same artist. My biggest splurge was this framed canvas art print by Erin Holly, aka Boxwood Board Designs. And yes, I did purchase this illustration of a deer while dressed like a deer. I didn't do it on purpose, but that's what happened. And with our final purchases made, we finally exited America's Mart and technically DragonCon 2025.
Exiting the vendor hall. I can't believe it's like over. The show's like ending like in a couple hours. Sad.
But before returning to the hotel, I had been dying to make some Noelle Holiday videos out in Centennial Park. Having that deer cosplay out in nature was just too perfect an opportunity to pass up.
Just filming some quick nature stuff. Look how beautiful it is out here. I'm so glad we found this. Yes, yeah, Centennial Park is just so beautiful. God, we had perfect weather for this entire show.
I'd never actually walked into these parts of Centennial Park before, and I was surprised by how pretty it was. I'd love to have a picnic here sometime. Anyway, I went back to recording some shorts, and it looks like this time Andrew actually managed to capture the exact take that I wound up going with. So you can actually see a perfect one-to-one side-by-side comparison here. You can also see that it's not uncommon for me to film more of a song or an audio clip than I actually end up using. And this clip here is another example where the take that Andrew filmed is different from the one I wound up going with, but I do so many takes before I end up choosing one that I think is adequate. But with the footage obtained, it was time to return to the hotel and remove my final cosplay for the show. No.
It's over.
After that, it was pizza time. We'd been craving pizza for several days and hadn't found any opportunities to get some. We thought because it was Labor Day and a lot of restaurants were closed, our pizza dreams just might never come to fruition. But then we found Max's Coal Oven Pizzeria and they were actually open. It was awesome.
Oh, hell yeah. Pizza time.
I got a good cheese pull.
Look at that cheese pull. Ooh. Yo. That's amazing. Yes. Our final Atlanta meal.
It's fresh.
Yes, margarita.
I'm not even going to mince words here. I wound up eating the most pizza I've ever eaten in one sitting before in my entire life. Was I a little disgusted with myself? Yes. Was it also totally worth it? 100% yes. But then it was sadly time to return to the hotel for the last time and pack everything up.
This isn't even like all of it. We already did some like packing. This is so bad though. I'm so ashamed.
With the huge mess I'd created, it took me over 3 hours. But I want to make it clear that I cleaned up everything. As in, I was crawling on my hands and knees, looking for lost rhinestones in the carpet, and I even used makeup wipes to clean up any makeup residue that got in the sink and the shower. I never ever want my cosplay messes to be someone else's responsibility. So I made absolutely sure to clean up everything so thoroughly that no one would ever know somebody who'd attempted 7 cosplays had been there. That is in stark contrast to the football fans who were doing things like spitting on the floor in the hotel bar.
So we found bologna. I don't think bologna's okay. Bologna's not gonna make the journey home. All things considered, a pretty neat and tidy packing job for 7 cosplays.
We luckily managed to get a little sleep, but we made sure to be up by 6 a.m. so that we could have a snack and some coffee and just, you know, be out by 7. The sooner we could leave, the sooner we could return home and just crash.
Oh, we are packing masters.
But as far as pit stops are concerned, we made sure that one of the first things on our list was a full circle moment. And can I just say, as a northerner, Waffle House is so much better than IHOP and Denny's. Sorry, fellow northerners, but it's true. And then we were back on the road. What an odd thing to find at a random Kentucky gas station. Quick pit stop in Indiana. 5 hours to go. Notice that gnarly cut across my forehead? Yeah. That was from wearing the Spamton mask all day on Sunday. I noticed the cut on Monday and managed to conceal it under the Noelle makeup, but by Tuesday there was no hiding it. That cut was not only deep, it was also blistered and pretty painful.
It is lovely out here. It's also nice, like in the sunset or sun up. You know, sunrise.
Sun up.
It's too early for this. Yeah. It's crazy. What a weird shift.
I'd forgotten this was the case last year until seeing it again this year, but something that's super weird about the timing of DragonCon is that when we leave from Chicago to Atlanta, all the trees are green. But when we leave Atlanta for Chicago a full week later, autumn's just set in, and those same trees are now yellow, orange, and red on the drive back. It's such a bizarre phenomenon that really contributes to that feeling that we were existing inside this weird DragonCon bubble for a week. As much as I love DragonCon and was honestly devastated that it was over, the tired part of me was happy to see the Chicago skyline again.
Yeah, it's an awesome view.
Yep. That's pretty good.
My cats seemed extremely confused by my sudden reappearance and all the luggage, though. Can't say I blame them. I was just happy that by some miracle I found a parking spot close enough to my apartment that I was able to bring everything inside that night rather than having to wait until morning. Made for a good sense of closure. So yeah, there you go. That was DragonCon 2025. It was amazing. I loved every second of it. I mean, there was a few small exceptions there, mostly due to the football fans, but other than that, I loved every second of it. I had so much fun. I'm gonna be honest, I already bought my badge for 2026. That's how sad I was that the show was over. I basically just like it came home and it purchased my badge for next year. So did Andrew. But yeah, I had such an amazing time, and I hope that you enjoyed watching it as much as I loved putting all of this vlog together. If you enjoyed this vlog, let me know in a comment. It would really mean a lot to me. Like the video, share the video. All of that is so good for the algorithm. I'd love for some people to see this video. Normally my long form content does not get many views. Subscribe to the channel. I share shorts pretty much daily. I've been on a break from live streaming because of DragonCon, but now that this vlog is done, I'm going to start doing my usual like 2 to 3, sometimes even up to 4 live streams per week. Do all kinds of stuff, cosplay streams, art streams, let's plays. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you enjoyed going on this little like Dragon Con trip with me. Be sure to check out my shorts because I've been sharing the videos, you know, that I took at Dragon Con, the actual shorts videos. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I adore you all. You all are such a huge part of what makes this so fun. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.
Move around.
Oh God. Can't see.
Move.
What? What should I do?
I don't know.